Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me for 4 years in this. 2 patients. It's episode 212. Have to be careful again with that one. The first 2, I'll tell you about that in a minute, but the one at the end, hence the title of the video, it's a blob of earwax that was just in front of someone's ear that looked just like a raspberry. It wasn't the type of raspberry that you blow like it wasn't one of them raspberries. It just looked like a raspberry. It wasn't an actual raspberry in the ear. Bit of artistic license in the titling of these videos here. But this first young lady, it was a young lady this, and now as you can see, really blocked up this, as were both ears, and you can see what, as soon as I've put that in, it's kind of this horrible sludgy stuff that's really difficult to get a grip of. So I thought I'd just try with the Jobson Horn while there's a bit of a gap at the top there. I just want to get a feel of this just to see what consistency is it. Is it a bit firmer deeper back, or is it still a bit sludgy and soft all the way down? But already I've realised it's not going to move that way either. It is just sludgy and soft. It's just going to, if I dig that in and try and pull it out, it's just going to smush it all over the place and make a right mess. So we've gone in with the trusty olive oil here, which can really help with ones like this that are this like sludgy kind of Play-Doh type consistency. It's really soft all on the surface, bit more substance to it in the middle. But what this olive oil does, I know it's teaching your grandma to suck eggs, telling you regular as this, but for those of you who haven't seen any of these videos before, what olive oil can do, it just obviously coats the surface of this wax, makes it a little softer, but more importantly, it kind of binds it together, and it stops the suction tube getting blocked up. That's probably the biggest problem with a particular plug like this, is because it is this sludgy thick stuff. It just goes up the tube and it just stays in there, so it lubricates the inside of the tube when you've sucked it up. So as you can see, it's helped me to get a better grip there, so I'm able to lift it up. And if we can just lift it up and lift it around that bend, I'm just going to try and see if I can wiggle it to the left hand side. Now a little bit just disappeared up the tube, so when that does happen, you just get a reattach, get another grip, and pull it out another way. But you can see it's lifted the whole thing up, can't you? Now what was surprising about these 2 ears, believe it or not, that this young lady had it done 8 weeks before she came to me. Not with me, with somebody else. I think she'd had irrigation. If you're watching this, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she had irrigation. And she said over the last year, she said she lost count in that time that she's actually needed to have it done, which sparked a few alarm bells in my head, because it's not. I've seen very few people who need doing it that often, i.e. every 2-3 months. So there's you're nice and clear. There's usually another reason why that is. Now infection's one of them, why you can overproduce the skin discharge and what have you, but I'll be honest, it doesn't look it either. You'd expect maybe it to be dry or flaky, or particularly red or angry, a bit pink, a bit irritated, but couldn't see any of that. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing going on there. So I have asked a doctor to take a look at this. I've given her some advice and to try some sprays that might help to manage it if it is some kind of underlying infection. Now we all have bugs, fungus, all sorts in our ear anyway, all over your skin flora it's called. So if you took like a swab anywhere on your skin, you'd find things. But what you don't want them to do is to colonise, which means kind of to take over. So we're going to try with a treatment to try and just help the ear naturally defend itself, and just to see if that helps to prevent all this from building up again. See if that is the cure. Also ask the GP to do a swab of it as well, just to make sure that there's nothing there, because like I said, in someone, well, in anybody, never mind somebody so young, to need it doing every 8-10 weeks There's ordinarily something else going on. But you can't always see with the naked eye, to be honest. So it could be something that we can't see. That's why it's worth checking this out with a swab and what have you. As you can see, the skin of the ear canal looks absolutely fine, you know. It's just been overproducing all this debris. Now this one was by far the worst of the two ears. This was really wedged in there. Now you can see the oil at the side of it, can't you? So it's already got in there and it's glistening around the edges. But it's a really solid chunk, this, and it's beyond the bend, which means that the bit that I'm trying to get out is wider than the gap I'm trying to get it through. But what is happening is the oil's helped a bit, but it's still this sludgy stuff. So it's only the only bit that's disappearing up the tube is the bit that you touch. It's not like all jumping up in one go. So I think in a while we do put more oil in as well, just to help the last bit, because I suspect it's just probably stuck to the eardrum. It goes back that far. You can just see a little glimpse, can't you, of the eardrum at the bottom of that plug. She's really struggling to hear as well, this lady, really struggling, as you can imagine. And obviously I'm getting a fair bit closer to the eardrum now, so you have to be mindful of that when you've got the large suction tube down there. There's no way the fine end will get anywhere near to the power you need to pull this kind of thing out. You'd be able to see a little bit better because obviously it fills up that space, the big tube, but we definitely needed to get something like this out. You can see it's still pulling away, can't you? But I think I'm just going to try and roll that bit forward from the top there. There you go. So I've put a load of oil, I can't even say it. Put my teeth back in. A load more olive oil in there, and you'll see the difference that makes as we get a better grip of that. So it will help me to grip it a little, but obviously it's gone all the way around the side of it. Hopefully a little bit's gone underneath it, so it just helps to separate it from the eardrum. You can see it moving already there, can't you? Here she comes. Another wax baby safely delivered. I do get some complaints saying to people, oh, why didn't you say it this time? Why didn't you say it? And again, eardrum looks fine, the ear canal doesn't look too shabby. So what's going on? Not sure. There you go, have a look at this. I wasn't kidding, was I, when I said it looked like a raspberry? No, I had to take a second glance at this a lot. It's not actually a raspberry, is it? It's not put one in there. But no, he hadn't. There's a gentleman who's been to me a couple of times, not full blockages these, but he does get a fair couple of chunks in here that need going out. Hello to you if you're watching, by the way. I know he likes to watch a few of the videos. So this is the fine end tube, this. It's got quite a narrow entrance, this, and they're only like these thin, I mean this was fairly substantial, but they're only thinnish shards in this ear. So the fine end was more than enough to get something like this out. There goes that first one. This one comes away nicely as well. Don't actually have to go all the way down for that one. You just grab it at the top there and you just see it just peel off the canal. Now I think that bit, yeah, it's blocked up the tube there, so I'm going to have to go back and get that one. It's like a little brown cornflake, isn't it? Cornflakes and raspberries. It's a nice breakfast there for you. So again, you can see narrow entrance, so as I've tried to pull this through, got a bit stuck there. So I'll try and find a flat surface, found one there, and out that one pops. Nice and healthy. Now, have a look. Now, let's go and see if we can get this raspberry camera. I've honestly never seen it presented like this before. But yeah, it really tickled me when we saw it, and the gentleman in question. But it didn't give us too much trouble when it came to getting it out. Again, a little bit just blocked up the tube there. So let's grab that quite dark there. I'd been there a while. I think it was maybe 6 months ago that he saw me last. And he'd grown this since then. So there it is. Nice and clear after that one too. Hope you enjoyed that. If you do enjoy these, don't forget, I would love it if everyone follows the channel. As it stands at the moment, I took a screenshot of this. I have 8888 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, let's get it to 10. That'd be a lovely milestone to reach. So if you've enjoyed this, or if you enjoyed any of the other videos, then feel free to click those buttons, wherever they might be, up there, down there. I've got no idea where they are, but I do appreciate it. But for now, take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.